So you want to stay motivated, do you? People are only going to root for you at two times: the beginning of the race and after you finish. It's all about the middle. Master the middle. The long, boring middle. That's where the winning is. Nobody's going to cheer for you in between. You tell somebody, I want to lose weight. They say, oh, that's so great for you. And then you lose 50 pounds and they say, that's so great for you. But the long, drawn out middle, where in the back of their head, they're probably thinking, you'll never do that. That's where the hard work is. That's where the motivation lies. If you didn't have one already, here's your friendly reminder that every person that doubts you is right until they aren't. You need to succeed to make them eat their words. First things first, you want to be motivated, you need a goal. Set a goal, an accomplishable one. Or set a 5-year goal, set a 10-year goal, ones that aren't attainable. Because the second thing you're going to need to do is remember that all things in life that are worth obtaining are hard. But not all hard things are worth obtaining. So take a second, write them down, and think about the goals you're aiming towards. Because you look at these people with all the money in the world and all the cars and all the women, those things were hard to obtain, but none of them are worth it. What's worth it is the friendships that are made. What's worth it is the relationships and the family. Nobody's on their deathbed saying, I wish I had my Lamborghini still. You can't drive it when you're dead. That's not what you're after. Those things are not worth it in the long run. So set worthwhile, obtainable goals. Because the second thing you're going to have to do is set physical steps toward achieving it. If your goal is to lose weight, your first step is going to be getting a pair of walking shoes. Your first step is going to be getting a gym membership. Or your first step is going to be something along those lines, a physical step you can take toward finishing the goal. Multiple physical steps. You want to make YouTube videos? You need the computer. You need the OBS software. You need the microphone. These are things that you need before you can even start. These physical steps that will propel you into action instead of half-assing it. Hopefully your goal is something that you're obsessed with, because motivation only gets you so far. Motivation is you saying that I want to do the thing. You are motivated. Now you can be disciplined and you saying I don't want to do the thing, but I'll do it anyways. There's that as well. But I want you to find something that you are obsessed with, because obsession is you can't not do the thing. You will not be happy with yourself skipping this thing that you have chosen. And you hear a lot of people talk like that about working out, about the gym, about, oh, if I don't work out, I'll feel this type of way. If I don't work out, then my whole day is ruined. And people who don't exercise or don't really love the gym like that, hear those words, and I don't think they quite understand what they're saying. They are obsessed with their craft. They're obsessed with their art that they're doing in that gym, that they can't not do it, or they feel bad about themselves. And that's not a bad thing. Remember, everybody quits at some point. And until you win, all effort will go unnoticed. This is the middle part that I was just talking about earlier. This effort that you put in is not going to be noticed. You shouldn't need applause from anybody. This is between you and yourself. You don't need applause. You don't need people telling you to keep going. All you need is you, your own self-belief, and your own goals. That's what motivation is. If you believe you can achieve something, honestly, there's nothing you can't achieve. Now, if you come to a low point and think, why even go on? Remember, this is when most people stop. And this is what we decided on this video right now, me and you. This is when we decided that we were going to remember that this is when most people stop, and we're going to keep going. You can't complain about the results you don't get from the work you didn't put in. Because the winning is in the middle. The winning is in the work. The winning is in the grind. When you grind, you can win. Motivation's powerful, but it's also temporary. No one wakes up every single day feeling inspired. The greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, musicians, leaders, have days where they don't feel like showing up. The difference is they don't wait for motivation. They rely on their discipline and obsession. They do it anyway. You do it when you're tired. You do it when nobody's watching. You do it when progress is slow. You do it when you're even doubting yourself. Because success isn't built on your best days, it's built on the ordinary days. The days where you choose to keep going like nothing exciting ever happened. You plant a seed in the ground. You show up tomorrow, the tree is not going to be there. You gotta wait. You have to wait your turn. And you know what? I've said this in a previous video, I stand by it. I can't guarantee that you'll be successful at anything, even if you try. I can only guarantee you won't be successful if you don't try. That's the best way to guarantee failure. And underneath the surface, when all the uncomfortable times are happening, strength is developing, roots are growing, preparation's taking place, and your goals work the same way. Just because you don't see progress doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Every workout makes you stronger, every page makes you smarter, every practice session makes you better, and every failure teaches you something valuable. Growth happens quietly before it ever becomes visible to anybody. One of the biggest mistakes people make is comparing their beginning to someone else's middle. You have to make sure that you are better than you were yesterday. You should not be concerned with anybody where they're at in their life. You compare yourself to you, and you can do that the other way. You shouldn't judge anybody because you don't know where they were yesterday. Maybe somebody's equal to you, but they started in the dirt. Maybe you're way better than somebody, but you started much better. You started in a much better position. Take a race, for example. If I was in first place, you'd say, wow, that's impressive, but you started in second. But the guy behind me in third place started in 10th. What's more impressive? That guy made up a ton of ground, but I'm still winning. Listen, the moral of the story is people aren't going to see the years you spent struggling, the early mornings or the late nights, the failures, rejection, sacrifices. Success rarely happens overnight. I'm not saying it doesn't. There's some industry plants out there. But quitting can happen at a single moment, and just about everybody does it. You can't let one bad day convince you you've failed. You can't let one setback be the end of your story. One of my favorite quotes is that failure isn't the opposite of success. They are not antonyms, because failure is a part of success. You can't have success without failure. So they are not opposites. When you feel like you're giving up, remember why you started. Remember the dream that excited you, the person you're trying to become, the people who believe in you, if there are any. Because if there's not, you got to dig deep and remember why you believed in yourself in the first place. Because confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence grows because of action. Every time you keep going despite fear, despite doubt, discomfort, you're proving to yourself that you're stronger than you ever thought. Motivation is going to come and go. Your purpose is going to last, and your character is going to last. So stop waiting until you feel motivated. Take one small step today and then another tomorrow. Small actions can be repeated consistently to create extraordinary results. One day, all of those small, unseen moments will become the foundation of the life you've always wanted. Stay motivated when you can. Stay disciplined when you can't. And I'll see you guys on the other side of success.